So this is my front gate, so I thought I would just show you inside. We better go inside before the lorry gets here, or you won't be able to hear me. So, this is inside the compound where I live, and behind me, oh, there's somebody carrying a tree, but behind that there is a radio studio where they actually record radio broadcasts in lots of different languages. Various pastors from different churches come and record messages, and it gets broadcast all over the country. And round this way there's just some houses. There's some other missionaries that also live here, which is nice, so I'm not on my own. And then if we come back the other way, there's a lot of space here, which is really nice. Behind me here there is a volleyball court, and there's also a space for football, but I actually do circuits here in the evenings when it's getting dark. It's a bit embarrassing to do during the day because people think I'm a bit strange, so I do it in the dark. And then if we go round again, you can probably see there's some other buildings, and they are for the school of the missionary children. So it's actually quite a nice place to live. It's nice and green, lots of mango trees, and it's quite quiet and peaceful. Okay, right, so this is my house. At the moment I'm the only person living here, which is kind of nice in some ways, but it's also a little bit strange at night time. So later on I'll show you inside, but if we go around you can see the ground floor is basically a huge kitchen, which is all mine, and then upstairs I have a huge bedroom all to myself. Hello, so we're here in my kitchen. Hopefully you can see it's absolutely huge. I've got a massive oven, which I've actually been too scared to use because it just looks very scary, apart from the house obviously. And yeah, I have this kitchen all to myself, which in some ways is kind of nice. I can spread myself out and make a lot of mess, and it doesn't really matter. So I feel very blessed. Hello, so welcome to my bedroom. It's nice and big, and I can really just spread myself out and enjoy peace and quiet here, so I feel very blessed. So I have two beds, as you can see. I also have a sofa, I have a bathroom, and I have a lot of space, and so I've really enjoyed living here. Plus I'm the only person in the building, so I can make as much noise as I like, so that's also good. So here we are. This is the road that I take every day. I walk down it every day to catch the motorbike. There's people shouting at me. And it's really nice because there's a lady who sells clothes, and we always chat a little bit every day. There's a guy who sells donuts, and he's always there. There's also a few kids who are running around with no clothes on, and usually everybody's just shouting and being very excited. And there's just some other people passing us now. Yeah, so that's that. So that's my walk to work every morning, and it's quite fun. So I'll pan around really slowly, and hopefully you can see a little bit of my local environment. There's just a truck coming past, so I'm going to have to speak very loudly. Just on the right where those green trees are, that's my front door. And then if we pan around a little bit, you'll see the mango trees, which is somewhere where I often like to walk because it's nice and peaceful sometimes. Pan around a bit more. Yeah, there's generally a couple of trucks coming and going. There's a kind of like a wood factory just down our road. It's just starting to rain. I'm gonna get wet here. Oh, who's that? What's that? Bonsoir, qu'est-ce que vous faites? Bonsoir. Okay, let's continue. So if we go back up here, you'll see the road ahead of us, and basically I walk down the end of that road, and that's where I get the motorbike every morning. There's a few more children joining us. Yeah, so over here there are usually people selling stuff in the morning and in the afternoon, various random items, mangoes and donuts, things like that, all sorts of stuff. So that's quite nice. We have a little chat, and then if we go round again, this little path that's coming up now is actually where you go down. These little boys following me, go down to the local market. So I usually do that kind of once or twice a week. And then if we pan around again, there's a few guys. You can see, bonsoir, you can see in front of me there's a little shack, and that's where the church is. It's a lunchtime, but actually the church is in full swing, making a lot of noise. They also do that at night time, and it kind of keeps me awake quite a lot. So yes, it's all good. Anyway, I better stop now because these boys are talking to me about something or other. Okay. So we've come out here this afternoon to one of my favourite spots. It's quite close to where I live. and behind me, hopefully you'll be able to see, there's a lot of mango trees. I like walking down here because it's really cool in the afternoon, and often you see a lot of interesting things. People tend to sit here and do stuff, like there'll often be students sitting here working in the trees. There's usually a guy at the end who's sitting reading his Bible. There's usually a few kids like climbing the trees to pick the mangoes, and yeah, people just like to hang out here. So I think I'm just gonna go for a little walk. I'll see you later. Hi, I've just brought you out here to, this is our kind of like our local church. As you can see, it's quite rough and ready. It's basically just a little shack made of bits of plastic and wood. They have meetings in here most days. Often they'll be in here at lunchtime, and in the evenings they make an awful lot of noise. I can hear them and I'm like, I don't know, a little walk away. So it can get pretty noisy. I'm not quite sure exactly what they do, but they seem to be having fun. And if we pan around in a minute, I'll show you. If we go this way, we'll go to the market. So I'm going to go and buy some things, and I'll see you a bit later. I don't know if you can see behind me, but this is basically a big problem in Benin. There's just rubbish everywhere. There isn't any rubbish collection, and so basically people just throw things wherever they can. There's a lot of plastic here. You'll often see a lot of goats and a lot of people just picking through the rubbish, and it's kind of sad because it's such a lovely country, but yeah, there's just rubbish everywhere. And if you look behind over there, we're just going to go down and have a little wander in the market and see what we can find. So we'll see you in a minute. Hi! So we're down here in the market, which is just about 5 minutes from my house. This is where I come to buy fruit and veg and things like that. And it's a lot of fun. If you look, you can see there's lots and lots of different stalls. We've got things like fish, we've got onions, we've got little bags of various different spices, we've got beans, we've got, I think it's petrol or something like that, lots of rice, various things, and it's quite nice because it's nice and peaceful. People don't really give you too much hassle, and yeah, you can get everything that you need here, and it's not expensive, so it's a cool place to be. Hi! So I've just brought you to the edge of the market now, so you can have a little look. If you look behind me, you may not want to look, but there's a lot of meat being sold over there. They just have the carcasses out in the fresh air, and yeah, I've never bought anything, but some people do. And then over here you've got lots of different types of cheese. The cheese is generally painted, it's painted red, but it's actually really nice. And then you've got people selling bread, and you've got fruit and vegetables. You've got all sorts of stuff, so just have a little look around. You can get pretty much everything you want here, and yeah, it's quite a nice experience. Okay, so here we are. This is the end of my road actually. If you go down the road about 5 minutes, that'll be where my house is. And here there's also there's a cafe where people just sit and have drinks and stuff, and the lady who runs it is really sweet. Every time I go past, I always chat, and that's what happens here. You know, you pass the same people every day and you always have a little bit of banter, so it's nice, and she's really friendly. So here we are at the edge of an extremely busy road, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But if we turn just slightly this way, hopefully you'll see there's a little stall with some bottles. Now what that is basically petrol that's being smuggled in from Nigeria. People who run out of fuel, they just go, choose a bottle, and then somebody tips it into their engine, and they're off again. And if you look behind me now, this is an extremely busy road. Here we go. So I come here every morning, and I stand and I hold my hand out, and sometimes one of these motorbikes that you'll see with a guy with a yellow and green, he'll stop and he'll take me where I want to go. So yeah, and you'll see that there's a lot of traffic. I would say this is probably the most dangerous stretch of road because it's very narrow, and on either side there's a steep drop. There's a lot of traffic, as you can see, And there's also a lot of hazards. There's people who drive the wrong way. There are lots of cars with far too much piled on top of them. There are huge lorries that also drive too fast, and buses, and a bit of everything really. So it's actually quite a scary experience, but I've survived so far. Okay, so here we are. This is the local taxi rank. Basically, taxis are cars that are filled with far too many people, go far too fast, have far too much luggage, but they take you where you want to go. So I've taken a few of them and they're a lot of fun. As you can see behind, there's one that's loaded up with some kind of bags of grain or something, and then there's another one that's got lots of chairs on. So what they do, they cram in as many people as possible, and then sometimes you have to wait a bit because they might not be full, but it's a good way to meet people. It's pretty cheap, and as long as they don't stop too much, it doesn't take too long, although I did have one breakdown the other day, but apart from that it's all good. So yeah.
It's about 7:30 in the morning. I'm just standing outside my front door, just ready to go to school. I usually leave for work about 7:30 because school starts at 8, and I have a little bit of a walk to the main road, and then I have to stand there for ages waving my hands and hoping that a taxi will stop, a motorbike will stop and pick me up. I usually carry lots and lots of bags. Luckily the taxi drivers often put the bag on the front of their bike, so that's helpful. And yeah, sometimes I'm out all day, and sometimes ideally I try and come home at lunchtime because it gets a bit tiring with the heat otherwise. So yeah, as I say, I basically work in one of two schools. One school I'm working at usually 2 or 3 days a week, and the other school I work at 1 day a week. It's a little bit further, and the kids are a little bit crazy, so yeah, it takes a lot of energy.
Wait.
Oh, sorry, I didn't tell you how to do it.
Is it going?
It is going.
Go.
Okay. Hello! We're here today at L'École Les Assurés. So this is where I come a couple of times a week, and I help out with one of the younger classes. The children are between the ages of 2 and 5, so that's quite a challenge. But it's a really nice school. It's in the middle of the countryside. The teacher is lovely, and we have lots of fun together. So this is the front of the school, and later on we'll go inside and I'll show you a little bit of what we do, and you can meet some of the kids. So this is the school. If you want to follow me inside, we're going to go into class CI, which is actually the smallest class in the school, smallest children. So just follow me. I'll show you the classroom, and I'll show you the very, very cute children inside. And they're very excited. I think he might be in trouble.
So what's happening right now?
Okay, so right now it's just after 10:15, so it's break time. Break time happens whenever it happens, really. So the kids come out here, they have something to eat. Normally they have some kind of rice and sauce and things like that, or donuts or something.
What did you do this morning?
What did we do this morning? Oh, we did a lot of stuff. So because the kids are only little, we did some work on colours, how you say the different colours, and then we looked at a story together and talked about what colours were in the pictures, what they could see, and then they had a look at some books in pairs, and yeah, just talked about what they could see in the pictures, and it was a bit challenging. A lot of them didn't really know the colours that well, so it was kind of interesting, but I think we had fun. They seemed to enjoy it.
Okay, so here we are outside the Passerelle building. This is where I'm working for a couple of days. So this is where the girls who've never been to school, they come here every morning from 8 till 12 and from 3 till 5 to have classes. So they do a bit of everything. And as I say, it's quite intense, but it's great fun, and they're lovely, lovely girls, very sweet. And I've had a lot of fun here working with the teacher, just doing a few little activities and things, giving him a few ideas. So we'll go inside and you'll be able to meet them and they'll say hello to you. So let's go. On est prêt? Okay. Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Ça va bien, merci. Et vous?
Ça va très bien. Assis. We've just finished at school. It's been quite an exhausting morning, very hot. It's 12 o'clock now, well 12:30, so it's time to go home, and we're going to go buy Zem. So yeah, see you later.